Hi, my name is Joe,
And I'm Fernando.
and this is a Digital Addiction Empire. And today we will be doing a review on Underworld Awakening. Vampires and Lycans. The war rages on. This is probably the most recent Underworld movie. First there was Underworld, classic, Underworld Evolution, and then there was Underworld Rise of the Lycans, which was technically a prequel to the first one. And then Awakening came out. And basically this story is Celine and Michael are on the run because humans find out about vampires and lycans. So they are being hunted. And basically they get captured, and Celine basically escapes and comes across a vampire who's part of this coven, and she ends up discovering that she has a daughter. Yeah. So they're kind of like wondering what's going on, and then like it kind of seems like lycans are like weak because they're kind of like rats, like running around the streets, like hunting on like nothing. You're like, okay, everyone's weak. The humans basically just dominated the lycans and the vampires, but then you soon discover that the lycans are actually pretty powerful. They're organized, and they are hidden from the humans very well. They're like part of a science corporation that basically does the experimentation and like basically like the blood approval to find out if they're vampire lycans. So basically, they end up being very smart in this movie and being very well put, for their survival.
Yeah.
So Celine ends up going with this new vampire guy, and ends up going to this coven. Who this guy kind of looks like Victor. He's from Game of Thrones, and he kind of looks like Victor.
Oh, the old dude.
Yeah. But I'm kind of thinking, are they like related somehow? They didn't really mention in the movie. I kind of want to know that.
Yeah.
But basically, he's kind of like, get her out of here. She's brought nothing but death. You have any idea who this is?
Yeah.
He doesn't want anything to do with her or her kid. And basically, he gives them away. He tells the lycans where they are.
Oh, yeah.
And basically, he's like, you can have the girl.
Yeah, it's just that whole part, that scene, was pretty crazy. They're fighting in there with this big ass giant lycan comes out.
Yeah. And then basically, the vampires get owned by the lycans, and then basically Celine tells the guy like, you're crazy. You're crazy, bro. Like, you just gave them like a way to kill us all. They want her, because of her power.
Yeah.
And basically, Celine has to go save her daughter with the help of a human cop, who basically is suspicious of this company and finds out that they are lycans, and they've been covering all the lycans up. And yeah. What did you have any likes about this movie?
Any likes? I guess you could say the entire fight scene between Celine and that giant ass lycan in the parking lot.
The genetically modified lycan.
Genetically modified lycan. That part was actually pretty epic.
He was huge, man. He's huge, man.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
He's a huge lycan.
I remember when I first saw this movie. It was pretty crazy because like during that entire scene when was it like the coven wherever they're at, and they're just wondering what's behind there, and this giant ass shit just comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
like, boom, smacks her, man, like nothing.
Yeah, but that entire scene in the parking lot was pretty crazy. So that's like one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty crazy. Like, as powerful as Celine is, having the blood of like the first human or whatever, it's just crazy how like he just like smacks her around, and like how he's genetically modified and how he's actually a match for her.
Yeah.
After she's been able to fight against the first vampire.
Yeah, that's so cool. One cool thing about Celine, she's badass, man.
Yeah.
It's like no one else could play this character but Kate Beckinsale, man. This is awesome.
When she goes inside like the facility and like just takes out all these humans like nothing, and like shoots up, flying around like quick.
Yeah, and another one of that too. The beginning scene was pretty cool when she's fighting her way out of that area and all that. So many likes for you, man.
I kind of liked how how they brought in like another hybrid, her daughter. You know, I thought that kind of builds off of like her and Michael, and you know, like another character added into the mix. I feel like there needs to be another power in this franchise because, you know, let's face it, man. Like after the second movie, you know, like Victor's dead, Marcus is dead, you know, Amelia's dead, you know, all these like vampire elders, they're pretty much gone. I mean, like you need new villains, you need more of a power struggle, you know. It's like to me, you brought in the genetically modified, you know, Lycan, you know, who basically takes on Selene,
Yeah.
you know. But other than that, you know, there's no other threat, you know. They've all been like relinquished, and then they end up like bringing this vampire like coven guy who doesn't even do crap. Well, going to my dislikes, like that guy who's like the leader of the vampire coven, and the vampire coven looks like they're living in a sewer, and you know this guy's like, get her out of here. You know, I really didn't I didn't like how you know how this guy was like so weak. You know, I didn't like how like the vampires were like pathetic in this movie. You know, and it was pretty much Selene and like this one guy's like, yeah, we need a fight. You know, and that was like pretty much it. Otherwise, the Lycans were pretty much like, I mean, they were pretty much like extinct. The vampires looked like they were extinct in this movie. Like pretty much, like the vampires just, I mean, the Lycans just went in there and like killed everyone.
Just pretty much taken over by the Lycans, you know.
Yeah, complete like power shift, you know, in this movie. So I mean, it really, it's really interesting to see how the new Underworld movie that's coming out, Underworld Blood Wars, you know, which is like the Lycans have a new leader, you know, Demarius, I believe his name is. And basically how they want Selene's blood because her blood is basically, you know, once you get her blood, you know, you're gonna get a power up, you know, you're gonna become more powerful. So they really want her blood in the next movie. So
yeah.
I'm really interested to see how this guy is. You know, who is this new Lycan guy? Is he old? You know, is that what makes him strong? Is he just a fighter for the Lycans? You know, is he genetically modified? How is this guy gonna stand up to her? You know. That's my question.
Yeah.
Does he just get lucky and get her blood and then they end up fighting, you know? So I'm really interested to see how that movie goes. Did you have any dislikes about this movie?
My dislikes will probably be the whole seeing through the eyes crap. Like she can see like where her daughter is and stuff. It's like I don't know. I just didn't really enjoy that part as much. You know, just like. And the whole part when they find out at the end, like I think the daughter can see where Michael is and some shit like that.
Yeah.
And like they go over there and like, oh, he's not even there anymore. It's just like I don't know. I just didn't really enjoy the whole scene through the eye crap. And just like another one would be like how Michael's not even in this film. It's like that's like one of the parts I was looking forward to seeing him. It's like of course you get to see a glimpse of him in the beginning, just like him frozen in that capsule crap. But it's like him in action. I just missed out on that.
Yeah, I mean. I like Selene a lot. She's the main character. But I also like Michael a lot, you know? And, like, after the first 20 minutes of this movie, I'm like, wait, Michael's not in this movie? I was just, like, shaking my head. I'm like, this movie already sucks, man.
Like, he was pretty epic in the second one, you know?
I know. So, it's just like, and then it's like, I understand they're trying to make another Underworld movie, and it's all about, you know, it's like all of these actors who don't want to do a sequel and all this crap. But you got to find a way to bring back these actors. I mean, they're favorite characters, and... You know, it kind of goes through those sequels that don't have one of the main characters in the previous one, and that's why the sequel's like not that good because you don't have one of the core, you know, main characters in the movie that were good in the first couple movies. So, I mean, I really miss Michael. I hope he's in the next one. I'm not really sure if he is.
Yeah,
it's really confusing because I haven't seen any of him in this movie. And I hope it's not some cameo BS crap, you know. That's going to be really stupid. I'm going to be pissed off because this kind of seems like it might be the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they might be able to do another prequel or something, but...
Enough of prequels!
So, yeah, I'm going to have to give this movie a 7 out of 10. You know, I really like the Underworld movies and stuff, but, you know, this was missing a lot of stuff. I even thought that this movie was filmed differently than the previous 3 films. Like, this one was not quite as dark. You know, I felt like the first like 2 movies at least were like they were just darker the way it was shot and stuff. So you can definitely tell that this was like a different director and stuff. I'm not really high on the genetically modified giant lichen. You know, I feel like that's all they could go with, but it's not really my favorite thing. But it was an okay movie. I hope for better. I hope that Michael would have been in it instead of like the little girl. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Mine would be a 6.5. This movie just lacking some good stuff like how the first two had. And I know I'm not saying it's like a terrible movie at all. Just it did have some epicness in it, but yeah, it was just a little lacking in some good stuff, you know. So yeah, that's mine. I don't know much to say about this movie. This movie is, I don't know.
This movie was alright.
Yeah,
it's a stepping stone. Hopefully the next movie is better.
Yeah. As you can see sometimes, like from the teaser that we saw, the trailer we saw from the Blood War, it actually looked pretty epic. So
yeah, it looks interesting. It looks like they're gonna bring in like some new things. Like I feel like they're gonna build off of Celine's powers. You know, it's really based off her powers. So we'll see what that's all about. So yeah, like, comment below what you think the next movie is going to be about. What you thought of this villain. You know, did you like Underworld Awakening? Did you like what they were going with, their villain? Who is your favorite, you know, villain of the Underworld series?
yeah,
And like, comment, subscribe to us, follow us on Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter,
and yeah, and we'll see you next time.